How we doing? So, I am joined today by Zach King and Josh Fapp. How are we doing today? This afternoon, gentlemen.
Great. Stoked to be here. Thank you for having us.
Well,
So Zach, just in case there are a few people, because I at my workplace today, I said, "Dude, do you know Zach King?" And they said, "Sounds." I was like, "Okay." So there are people out there, unlike myself, who's been watching for many a year. Tell us just like who you are and like what you've been doing recently.
Yes. So I'm really known for making illusion videos on the internet that a lot of people call them magic, even though not really much of a magician. It's more, digital trickery, all handmade, I have to say now, VFX trickery, none of the AI stuff. But I got my start editing on the internet, and now I'm kind of known for a lot of visual effects, short form videos. And recently, I started working on a couple fun recreations, and one of them is Star Wars: A New Hope, but entirely out of cardboard. And so that was the project. We just released it on YouTube. It's fresh, hot off the press.
It is.
And we're also joined by Josh Fapp, the incredible director on that project.
Director. So Josh, tell us a tiny bit about yourself.
yeah, totally. So I've actually worked with Zach for about like 6 years now. And when Zach came up with the idea, or we all came up with the idea of trying to recreate Star Wars, I'm like, I'm in. That's one of my favorite movies, and Star Wars: A New Hope is one of the first ones that I even remember just watching 6 years old. And he asked me to direct it, and I'm like, of course, I'm in. That's the easiest ask you could ever ask.
Starter question, Zach. Obviously, Star Wars. You like Star Wars. My question for you that I normally do with people is like, what's your Star Wars story? What is your earliest Star Wars memory? And some of us don't have an earliest because it was too early to remember.
So funny enough, the first film memory ever I have is Jurassic Park at age 3.5. And I don't know why my parents let me watch that, but that one burned in. And It wasn't until I didn't watch Star Wars until 1997. And the place I first saw it was in theaters.
Okay.
And it was because they were released. I think they did the digital remastery.
Yeah.
That was the version in '97, and so my parents took me. They released the whole trilogy, so I went to all three of them, mind blown. And then 2 years later, Episode One in '99 came out, and I was already hooked. But I remember, in a mix of all those memories, the one specific thing is when Episode One was coming out in '99, I went with my parents to KFC every Sunday usually, and they were doing a promo on collecting. If you got enough things, you could win the toy, and I did it. I was able to get they were a little sticker, like peel and stick on a card.
Yeah.
And we, after all the Sundays, got enough, and then I got to go get a toy. It was. And it turns out it was like a crappy toy.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a well.
Oh no.
made.
Oh yeah. I have so much Episode One stuff from Burger King and Taco Bell and all that stuff. That's my main collection is Episode One stuff. So I'm very aware.
Okay,
very awesome stuff.
I remember being like, it was still cool, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not the one in my head that I built up for weeks and weeks collecting those
yeah.
stickers.
Awesome. Josh, do you also like Star Wars by chance?
Yeah, it's all right. No, I love Star Wars. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it is the first movie I remember watching. I was 6 years old. I watched it with my uncle, and I just distinctly remember when Obi-Wan and Vader are fighting, and Vader, slashes open, he disappears, and I didn't understand what happened.
Yeah.
And I turned to my uncle, and he's like, or I'm like, what just happened? He's like, he became one with the Force.
What a
And
concept.
trying to look cool, I was like, oh yeah, he became one with the Force. I know what that means. But it's just it's just a memory that's just in my head, and
Yeah.
it literally is like the first movie I remember.
Nice. Zach, a quick question, just out of curiosity, of my own curiosity. Obviously, because you're into like the nuance, like making videos and special effects. Were you into like the behind the scenes, like on the DVDs of like, because I tell people all the time, I have watched more behind the scenes of Star Wars than I've watched Star Wars.
100%. And I've read more books about the behind the scenes of Star Wars than even watching the behind the scenes, because they have these beautiful, like, I don't know if they still make it, but I had all these coffee style books of like behind the scenes of how they were doing it when ILM was starting, all the miniature work. I remember, and that's what got me into stop motion some behind the scenes featurette came out probably when I was 9-ish about Empire and how they did the stop motion ATs, and I was like blown away with that. And so I even recreated that set and did it out of vegetables and cardboard.
Nice.
And
That's so
cool.
cool.
Of course I had like all the Lego toys too, so I would try to stop motion. Those didn't work as well, the stop motion, but I had all the stormtroopers and would make Lego Star Wars stop motion. So that really got me into filmmaking.
Yeah. So is that where this project came from, right? Like, because a lot of us made little short films, stop motion of Star Wars out of cardboard. Like, you get into cardboard making stuff. Is that where like the core of this came from? Like making movies as a child, but now doing it as a professional.
I mean, that's a big part of the project for us. When we were looking at like what movies would we want to recreate, it was obviously, the movies that inspired us to be filmmakers, and then what's our like take on it, and what could be totally different. Like, there's so many fan parodies out there, and fan films that we enjoy. But we were like, we got to really like flip it on its head and do something. Like, we also can't make it look like Star Wars, so we almost have to embrace the limitations. And so we're like, cardboard would be a really fun medium. We have so much of it around because we get all these Amazon deliveries and boxes that we just throw out. But what if we actually took those and made those walls or turned those into I used an Amazon box when I was making the speeder ship, Luke's speeder, and and I used all the Amazon boxes, and you can see it in the movie, and it's really cool. Or when we built his X-Wing, it was like, what looks like the nose is a little Toblerone, chocolate box, and that triangle shape. So let's use that in there, and it gives it the fun quality. That's why the Millennium Falcon is kind of like, looks like, I think we used a Domino's box, a real one. It has oil stains on the side of it. So it's just a fun aesthetic for the project.
Yeah, it definitely captures the feel of, I could do this. This is something I could do. Like, it definitely feels the like very homegrown, very Super 8 feel, like some people like to say. But you did mention, I think in your last Instagram post, that it took way too freaking long. How long was this project, like start to finish?
Well, the project was a short shoot. It was 5 days. We crammed all of it in. But what was long was just the editing process. It took us 3 months to edit, and everything is handmade that you see in it by either VFX artist or it was a real cardboard thing. And Josh, the director, filmed all of the miniature plates, and that took forever. It was, I think you were out there every day for a month just shooting our practical cardboard, whether it was the Star Destroyer or the Y-Wing or the X-Wing and the speeder, all on green screen. And we kind of did a similar version of how they did it back in the day.
Yeah, I was basically just like, that's when I watched most of the behind the scenes, right? Was all the ILM stuff. Like, how the heck did they do this? And I just followed the exact same like premise, essentially, where they had the model on green screen with the lights, with the bright lights, and then we would move the camera to make it look like the ship is moving, even though the camera is what's actually moving.
That's so cool. I was thinking, like, because I was talking to Josh right before we recorded, like, the fun thing about being a Star Wars fan is you can kind of make fun of Star Wars and still love it. So my question is, there's a lot of jokes in your video. My question is, like, was it like a collaboration? Was it like a one writer? Was it like a sit down for like go through each scene type of deal? How did we come up with all the bits, I guess?
Oh man, I mean, there's already a whole blanket of bits that going into it just from your memory of Star Wars. And then what we did, which was kind of a different process to make something like this, but we all just got the crew and cast and watched it together a couple different times. We'd watch it as we were filming. We'd watch the scene right before and kind of all joke on the about the nuggets. And we had a few comedians on set who were really great with just riffing on it too. So we'd watch the scene, we'd laugh about parts and how point out things that maybe we forgot about, and we're like, "How do you remember that? Like, let's riff on that." And the other hard part was we didn't watch any other Star Wars parodies, and I actually haven't seen many in terms
Okay.
of like everyone was mentioning a Family Guy episode. I've never seen it, we were all tempted to watch it, but we didn't because I mean, there's probably you're gonna take jokes without knowing, or blatantly take stuff. So just watching the original material was really fun, and and I think everybody too that we filmed with were pretty much hardcore Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
The only person that hadn't seen the movie, I think, was when we had Randall Park on set, and he was like, "Oh, I've never seen Star Wars."
That's so,
Like,
that's
it's
so
fine.
funny.
Just get in the X-wing, and we'll shoot your plates. We'll tell you
My-
what to say.
My two favorite bits are just Princess Leia's demeanor in general. Just I don't know. I wasn't expecting it for one. I was like, you know what? That fits way
Pretty
too
cool.
well. That way too well. My second favorite visual gag was the exhaust port at the very end with the three little signs on it. It looks like "Live, Laugh, Love" exhaust, I think, and it's like totally
Yes.
not like
I'm so glad, Kent, that you caught that, because there was an art person and we were all joking about it, and we're like, what do we put on here? And we had them all laid out. Do you remember
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Josh? We had
Oh, yeah.
20 different options.
Yep.
And we go over and we are like, these three are hilarious. So we put those on. And there's actually another Live, Laugh, Love hidden. It's actually Live, Laugh, Moisture Farm in the background of the Moisture Farm dinner scene with his aunt and uncle. So yeah, there was some art person who like loves Live, Laugh, Love somewhere.
Well, it is funny. It still works. It still hits. It still lands to this day. So on the cardboard side, like how long did it take like the art department or whoever to make, like, because I mean that's pre-production stuff. Like how long and how tenuous was that?
Oh, they wish they had more time. We we had this idea for the project, and I don't know, the way we move around the studio, we're just like, let's go make it now. And so now was 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks to prep, from sourcing all this cardboard from all of our Amazon boxes and deliveries around here. We did end up buying a few other pieces as well, and bigger chunks that you see in the background that we were just moving around. And they had 2 weeks to make all of it, and then we shot for 5 days. So crazy props to the art team and everyone involved in turning that around, because it's a pretty crazy ask.
It is.
But it also plays to the aesthetic. One of the reasons we didn't want to spend months on it is like, sure, you could perfect everything in it, but at the end of the day, it's cardboard. It's supposed to look janky. We want to see the hot glue kind of coming out from the pieces there, the little strings that they make. It feels homemade. It feels like not perfect, and I think that's part of the humor.
Yeah, I mean, notoriously, episode 4 back in the day, when they filmed it with George, there was a lot of technical issues with like R2D2 and stuff like that. What was like some of the biggest obstacles you guys ran into? Probably, I'm imagining it would be using cardboard would be one of the issues, but what was some like the big technical issues you had while filming?
We had crazy. It's always related to the costumes, right? Like Dom Farah plays C-3PO, and every day, I mean, it probably took him 15, 20 minutes just to get into the outfit, which smells like reeks of spray paint, and is so uncomfortable, giving him paper cuts everywhere, sharp edges. So we were dealing with that, and it was always falling off his helmet. And then R2D2 was the most difficult, similar to the episode 4 problems. We didn't have fancy electronics. We just had a little lazy Susan for his head going around, but that would randomly stop. He actually survived pretty well. He took a couple falls, but he was hard to roll and would always fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, it was a carpet dolly. Was it always a carpet dolly in all of the scenes? I didn't really notice.
Always a carpet dolly.
Yeah. I'm like, I have that
And
dolly.
then, funny, it was just it was just breaking apart in the smooth studio floors. But then when you take him outside, on like the rugged, those shots where we're pulling him outdoors, he actually is not falling over anymore. So it was kind of funny.
And in similar realm, on the like wardrobe, all of the stormtrooper costumes were so hard
it
to
looked
see
like
out
it.
of. Yeah, and so hard to move around. So like it's funny because there's stories, right, from the original one where like everybody in the real like stormtrooper outfits couldn't see. They hit their heads on the walls and all the things. We had the same exact problems, but just cardboard version of it.
That's so funny. Is there like a set piece or a thing that you made that like you're the most proud of, or like a part of like the cardboard that's like, wow, that was like the one that I feel like the most. I don't know. I guess proud of is the best word to use there.
I'm really proud of the Star Destroyer. That was me and another art guy, Emil, and we just decided one day that we're gonna make it, and we also had to figure out the scale of what the models were gonna be. So that was just getting our hands dirty and trying. And we have a time lapse footage of us doing it. We can send you. It's pretty funny because we're not really art people at all.
Yeah.
But again, it unlocks that child like every kid. I think has taken scissors or a razor and cut cardboard and hot glued something together in their life, and so it all of a sudden comes back to you, and it's like it's weirdly natural, and you just start crafting and looking at photos, and it's a really fun medium because it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, I think, and that's the goal with it, right? Like I hope kids watch it and they're like, I want to go try to remake this, because it looks possible, and it is. Like if you look at my speeder right behind Josh, it's like pretty bad, but it gets the job done.
And I didn't actually personally make any, but I think my favorite is the Han Solo blaster right here. It was great. Jamie Costa, who played Han Solo, would just be carrying this around all the time, and I don't know, it's great.
I honestly, like, I had a friend in like high school that made just stupid things out of cardboard, and there's just like good, like working triggers and clips on guns. And like, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm not really an artsy person. I'm like, I can make a pile of wood out of a pallet. That's about all I got. But like,
A little sawzall.
yeah.
Yeah.
My next question would be, is there something that you had to cut from it or something you didn't get to actually do on filming that you wish you would have?
Yeah, Josh, you want to tell them what we had to cut?
Oh, no.
Oh man, I mean it's kind of like how the original was. We filmed the whole Jabba scene with Han Solo and Jabba and he
no
steps on the
way.
tail and everything. It just was slowing down the film, and it just wasn't like it was fine, but it just wasn't really driving the story too much. So we cut it. Maybe we'll release it as like a deleted scene or something.
Classic. Special edition.
Yeah, the special edition of this.
Remastered. You gotta do
Yeah,
it.
but that was a real bummer because we built a whole cardboard head that would like open up
dude,
as
no
Jabba
way.
spoke and everything. But
Dude,
yeah.
that's so cool. On a more, I guess, like a practical note, what has, I mean, obviously you're traditionally, Zach, you're traditionally short form videos, right? What has kind of led to doing these? Because I know this is one of your longer ones. I think you've done a couple other ones, longer form. What has like kind of led you to the more long form? Like what is it?
I'm as a filmmaker, I just want to make all kinds of projects, and I've been making short form for what feels like forever.
Too long.
And I still love it. That's why we do it. It's like it's a great. I love like even just the gag we shot today, which is like a tree illusion thing. They're so fun, and they're great practice too for all these gags and scenes that we're doing. But as a filmmaker, I always want to make like movies, TV shows, longer form stuff. So that was a way to partly test our actual studio and what we can do in our pipeline, all the way from pre-production, art team, shooting, and honing in on production. So for me it was a big test on that. Like, can we figure out this before we go make the original feature film? Let's go like riff off great stories. Let's build our pipelines, and then we can eventually put our stories into that pipeline as we figure it out. But it's a mix of love the old movies, want to like pay some tributes to those while we figure out our movie.
Yeah, I mean obviously that makes sense. I mean, you've been doing short form for quite a while. I would imagine eventually you would get a little bit, maybe not burnout, but a little bit tired and itching, like you said, like kind of for a long form as like a filmmaker.
Totally. I mean, that's where it is the short form. I think we made like a couple thousand short form videos, and you're like, if we strung those together, it would be 48 hours. We would have made 16 features, but
Yeah.
so now it's scratching that itch and making the long stuff.
I guess my question is, will we be getting more of this ever? Is that like in the works? Is that something? Is it like a light goal? Is it like what's going on there? Like, are we going to get more cardboard wars?
Oh yeah, if we get 350K likes, eventually we will. I'd love to make Empire and release that, and then from there, I mean, we love Star Wars. It'd be fun to make all of them.
Yep.
We will see. I know the art team is getting a lot of paper cuts, so we'll have to convince them.
Yeah. That's so funny. But it's a good point. It's a good point. You need better gloves, high dexterity for sure.
Yeah. Well, and then the hot glue, you get a couple of those hot glue burns, and it just puts your fingers out for a couple days.
That is valid for sure. So you kind of touched on other forms of long form beyond Star Wars cardboard. Are you guys kicking around? Are you working on? Are you thinking about doing some other long form, either features or short films?
Yeah, we're gonna work on. We're starting to write an original feature that we'll do. That's just our own story, fun, action-packed stuff. And then as far as the recreations, I mean, we did Jurassic Park, but we called it Jurassic Bark.
Yeah.
And we just did Jurassic Park, but with dogs, and we comped in all of our friends' pets as the dinosaurs. That's pretty fun. So we'll see. Maybe there's a world where we do just more, recreation parody work, but.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's very Star Wars. Parodies are Star Wars. Like there is no Star Wars without parodies. Honestly.
Yes.
I mean, like it's yeah. I mean, like I said, like my whole life, my brothers, we were filming everything, Lego and action figures and stop motion on camcorders, and like it is kind of quintessential Star Wars. I guess a quick side question, kind of like a not quite related, but kind of related. It's more of a personal question I have for you.
Oh, yes.
Prequels or original trilogy or sequels?
Oh.
Which one's your favorite? Because I mean, that's pretty
Get me
good.
canceled.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Which one are you more drawn to? I guess I should say.
You know what's funny is my memory of Star Wars is all trilogy because I think it might be based on the era that you grew up. But my late high school was, or I guess beginning of end of elementary into or middle school into high school was prequel. So even though the trilogies got me into Star Wars, I do love, I love like one of my favorite sequences of all movies. Just the action of it is Episode 1 pod racing. Like I love that stuff. Yeah. And I was so excited to show my kids that.
Yeah.
And like I have 3 boys and 1 girl, and I just knew my oldest boys would love that. And so we got to watch that about a year and a half ago. And I was like, we went through the whole, all of Star Wars, and we started with the trilogy, and then when I got to Episode 1, I was just stoked for them to get into that pod racing scene.
I mean, I 100% agree. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and she does love Jar Jar, and she does love Darth Maul. We've only watched Episode 4 and Episode 1. I'm just kind of like rewatching them over and over to get her just kind of used to the world. She's still a little confused on some concepts, but she doesn't know what death is yet, so we're working on it.
She'll figure those out. Yeah. You start them off young. That's good.
Speaking of children, Darth Vader in y'all's was a child, correct?
Yes, that was actually one of my sons. Liam played Darth Vader, and I don't remember how it happened other than I went home and told him like, oh, we have this fun idea. It's to recreate Star Wars out of cardboard, and he was like, well, can I be Darth Vader? And at first I was like, like no, and then me and Josh were talking the next morning, and we were like, it's funny, like Liam thought he could be Darth Vader. And then, I don't know, we were just like, that could be funny because we do need to have some sort of take on Darth Vader then, if everything has been done. So it kind of worked. We just leaned into it and we're like, we'll see if he can do it. And, he had a blast doing it. He can't imagine as a kid coming onto these sets that even though they're made out of cardboard, when you light them and you have smoke machines and everything happening, it actually felt like you were on a spaceship on some of the scenes. So
Yeah.
I think you had a
That's
blast.
that's so much fun.
Yeah, he didn't really like getting that costume though sometimes. Sometimes he's like, "Get me out of this."
Yeah, no, by the end of filming, he was like, I gotta get out of this. This is too. He would be laying on the. There's pictures of him just
Yeah,
laying on the
laying on the
floor
floor.
between takes because he's like over it.
So I know you play Luke Skywalker in this film, but what Star Wars character do you resonate with the most? Or like what's your favorite Star Wars character?
I mean, I feel like it's Han Solo.
Okay, okay.
For me, that like, not that I could play him, but I feel like his character arc is more little naughty, would be mischievous, I should say. And I think I would head out before the battle, and then on my way out, I would decide, like, you know what? They're my friends. I'm being selfish. I should go back. And then I would go back. But I feel like I just resonate with, Han as a character.
Well, that's a bummer you said that because I just did a blind ranking yesterday and I put Han at 10. So I'm sorry about that.
Well, I bet you got some heat for that.
Well, it has not come out yet. That's going to come out, I think, tomorrow. So we'll might lose 1,000 more followers. We will see. We will see. Again, I don't know if you know, Zach, but this was pretty last minute. I think Josh might have told
Yes.
you.
I mean, it was a today thing for
It
you.
was a today, and at first I didn't even know who
crazy.
Josh was, and I was like, wait, I thought on it. I'm just gonna tell you, I thought Josh was just like, hey, Zach King made this cool video, you should watch it and like do something on it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I'll look into that. I didn't know who you were, and then I was like, the way he asked that, I'm like, okay, let me click on his thing. Like, oh, okay. So like, I'm literally up like 300 foot in the air when I'm messaging because I work on wind turbines. Like I'm up, I'm working. I'm like, okay, I gotta start messaging, and then like,
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say you work in wind turbines?
yeah, I've been working
what?
in wind for 11 years of my life. It is my
Like
career.
you were literally in the air today in a wind turbine?
I was up on top, so like I was up.
Where do you
300
live?
feet. I live in Washington.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I had family up in, I grew up in Oregon.
Okay, nice.
And had a lot of family up in, Seattle, but also up in
Spokane.
Pendleton area. So
Pendleton.
I think we would drive through Walla Walla, right?
Yeah. Probably not come from Oregon. You probably swoop down, but really close. Pendleton's just like 30 minutes from us.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Well,
yeah.
dang, if I ever were out there, we should go on a wind turbine tour because
Hey,
that sounds cool. I don't know if you can let people up there, but it sounds awesome.
You know, if we just turn our phones off and they can't track us, we can make it happen. It's pretty close to the county road, so.
That could be pretty fun.
No, yeah, there's.
We'll have to come
there's
up with a
lot.
wind turbine. Is it like picturesque, the view?
Some of it is, yeah. Like there's one near Pendleton that's in my company that's a lot more pretty, but I mean, I can send I'll send Josh some photos of some.
Yeah, hey,
season.
that could be really fun.
But yeah, no, I've been doing this job for like my whole life since I was 19. I'm 30 now, so it's my life. This Star Wars stuff is a side hustle just for fun,
That's awesome.
just out of the goodness of my heart. But
Yes, well, I'm sure there's many fans that appreciate you, and it's good to meet you.
it is very good to meet you. I don't have any other questions specifically on it. Is there anything else you guys want to say on the project, or anything else you want to, I don't know, put on here?
I mean, Josh, do you have anything else? I'm good, but
No, I think I'm all good. I mean, it was just a blast to make this,
Yes.
and it was a dream to be able to recreate one of the best movies in history, and hopefully we can be maybe a little close to that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely, I will say, it definitely captures the essence of Star Wars and Star Wars: A New Hope by far. Easily, it does.
Heck yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Well, I'm doing my official watch through of it tonight with my co-host. We're going to do a reaction video of your guys' film. I'm excited for that because I kind of did a little expedited one before this because I didn't have much time. I got home from work at like 3:20, so
no way.
we're making it happen. My wife wanted me to do some things. I said, I'm sorry, I'm a little busy right now. I got some things going on. But thank you so much, Zach. Thank you so much, Josh, for hopping on. That's all I got.
Yeah, well, thank you, Kat. Great to meet you, and tell your wife thank you because I know how that goes when you're like, babe, I got to reschedule. This thing just came up. So appreciate that and appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.